Welcome back. So many of them are commenting that how do I maintain my CBR250R and what type of engine oil do I use, what do I how is the engine so smooth and the sound and everything is so perfect till now. So today I'll show you what type of engine oil do I use, and remaining everything is from stock Honda parts only. So for the first part, what you need to do is remove the underbelly fairing from the right side. You can fully remove it, or even try to remove this bolt from here, which will be holding this part, and you will be able to access this oil drain and everything. Now make sure that you have something that is capable of holding at least 2 liters of oil, though this holds only 1.7 liters. Now the reason why I'm showing you right now is you can see the level. It is, I don't know whether you guys can see or not, but the level is still on the upper limit only. Till now I don't think there is a oil drain or something, because this is when I checked the last time for servicing, it was on the same level. So maybe 100 ml or a 200 ml of oil can be drained out or burnt up inside the combustion chamber. I don't think not anything more than that. So but before that, in the first time of this 86,000 odd kilometers, I'm going to be use engine flush. Now you can use any one, but I'm using this 3M oil engine oil flush. You can use Motul, you can use Putulin, you can use any other brands which is of from any top tier company. Don't use any that local what you use. I will just recommend you to use any good one. I recommend this only because this is around 120 or 130 rupees, which I got it from Amazon. If this is not available, use Motul, that is around 200 rupees. So I got two of them. One is for the 250R and another is for my 150R. So let me just put this inside the engine and run it up for at least 10 minutes. Then I will show you guys how the oil turns up after draining it. So after filling the engine oil first, just tighten this up and just switch on your engine for 10 minutes or until you get 3 bars in the instrument cluster. So right now you can see the engine is cold. So once you see 3 bars or 10 minutes, I think after that you can drain the engine oil. So leave the engine on the idle for at least 10 minutes. If you want, you can ride it for maybe 5 to 10 kilometers, then you can change. But I'm not going to ride it, but so I will just leave it in the idle for 5 to 10 minutes. So you can see that the engine is warmed up, and it's been almost 10 minutes. So as a final touch, just give few revs, so that the engine oil goes up to every point. Just quick revs up to maybe 3 to 4,000 rpm, and just kill your engine. Leave it for 5 to 10 minutes so that even the engine gets cooled, and the oil also gets settled down, so that it will be easier for you to drain. And by the time it cools down, I will show you the oil and I will tell you why I recommend this oil over all the other ones. So this is the oil that I have been using from past 7 years in my motorcycles, you know. And I have done almost 60,000 kilometers in this CBR250R with this engine oil only. So the first time when I used this bike, I used the Honda's Honda Pro 110W30, the same engine oil what you get in the service center. But I think after 32 or 35,000 kilometers, I started using this Shell Advance Ultra. This is 10W40 engine oil. Now the best thing about what this engine oil is, you can use this engine oil in any type of motorcycle, right from 100cc to 1000cc. You can use this from Hondas, Triumphs, Ducatis, or Suzukis. Every other motorcycles, Kawasaki's, every motorcycle you can use this. The best thing what I have observed in this engine oil compared to the Motul is, see, in the CB300R that I have is having the Motul 7100 engine oil, but compared to that, when I rode that, this engine oil feels much smoother. The gear shifts are much slicker in this. You can easily identify if you have both the motorcycle and both the engine oils, side by side. Since I have my 250R with this engine oil and the 300R with the Motul engine oil, I can easily say you that my 250R engine feels much smoother than the 300R in the mid range especially, and also it keeps the engine cool, and the gear shifts are much smoother with this engine oil. Though I think the Motul engine oil is also around 800 to 900 price range. I don't know if you get cheaper in online, but this Shell offline it is around 905 rupees. So if you find it in when I saw it in Amazon, it was around 750 rupees. So I'll just give the link in the bio. So compared to Motul, I recommend you to use the Shell Advance 40 Ultra 10W40. If you are owning this motorcycle to tour and even in city or highway, whatever the condition is, I recommend you to use this engine oil. Rest everything is the same, like the stock Honda parts. There's no difference in it. The gasket and also the oil filter and everything is Honda's only. I'm not using any extra performance parts. Neither I have used in previous services. So it asks for around 1.7 liters of total capacity, so you can buy 2 liters and keep the extra 300 ml maybe for top up if you have engine oil burning issue. I don't have in my bike, at least I'm hoping so, because once I drain the oil right now, I will get to know whether the engine oil drain issue is there or not. In any other motorcycle, I think after 50 to 60,000 kilometers the engine oil burning issue happens. I haven't observed that in my bike, so let's see. Now the engine oil flush that I put has worked, I think, because I can easily find out the engine oil color changing. It is much deeper black than before what I have seen before putting the engine oil flush. So you can see even now it is almost at the upper point, the limit point, just little lesser than that. So I think there is no engine oil burning or draining issue. So finally we have figured out how to drain the oil. The last time we had bottles, but this time I don't think there is. So if you can see the drain bolt, I don't know whether you can see it from here or not. Just show it from here. So this is the drain bolt. So for drain bolt you can use this wrench, that is 13 and 12 wrench. Yeah, it is the 12 number that is compatible. So if you buy this wrench, I think it is more than enough for you. Maga left or right?
ನಿನಗೆ ರೈಟ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ರೈಟ್.
So just turn it clockwise, that is from your right to left, and to drain. So you can see right now there is a little that has been poured out of the box, but it's fine. So if you calculate, it is around, there is 1 liter of oil in the other box, and this is holding almost half a liter of oil in here, so it's around 1.5 liter. So after 6,000 kilometers there is 1.5 liters of engine oil. So by that you can find out that how much oil this is burning even now, even after 86,000 kilometers. So the last time I serviced the bike was around 79,500 kilometers, and now the auto has done around 85,587. So this is exactly 6,000 kilometers. So for 6,000 kilometers it's burning 200 ml of oil, means I think it's more than capable of what I have expected, because this is the highest I have written in a single oil change. Maximum I will change the oil within maybe 4.5 to 5,000, but even after exactly 6,000 kilometers it's the same. So after draining the oil, you just remove the oil filter and put the stock oil filter. ಯಪ್ಪ ಏನು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಇಟ್ಟಿದೆ. So for the oil filter you just need a number 8 teaspan. That's more than enough. If you're not able to get a 8 number, then just buy it. I think it will be available for you for around 80 to 100 rupees depending on the brand. You can see the oil quality. Yeah, it has thickened up, but there is no sludge. The sludge amount is very less. So usually whenever I try the engine oil, it is not this dark. So once the oil is drained completely, right, you will have this bolt, so this bolt will have a washer, so you need to just remove it. This is not of any use right now, so and you will get this new one. So take this new one and put it here to the drain bolt. Before putting it, just clean it with some cloth, or even if you have something like a silicone spray or something, you can use that also, but I don't see any benefit of that. So just clean it with a nice cloth and put the new washer to the drain bolt. But before doing that, throw this one out because it's very confusing. So don't loosen up and remove one at a time. Loosen up everything and pull out one by one. That's what I would recommend you guys. And remove the bolts in the diagonal shape. Don't remove the upper part and the lower part. Remove one in the down and one on the upper side, like in the diagonal. If you remove the right down, first, then remove the upper left the second, then following you can remove the upper right and the lower left. You can see the oil draining out. You can see the oil filter quality as well. There is I don't think there is a lot of dirt, but there is some dirt. The easiest way to remember which side comes towards the cover is it will be written on the outside, towards filter cover. That is the best thing. Otherwise, the spring which comes inside the cover, right, so it holds the oil filter here, so and doesn't apply here. So that is one more thing which you can keep in mind, towards which side on this oil filter connects or to be placed when you are replacing the oil filter. If you want, you can clean the inside of the cover. I would suggest you to clean and then pour the newer engine oil and remove this older gasket what you get. This is not required. You will get the newer gasket along with the oil filter, so throw this one as well. Don't throw this one because you will not get this one anywhere. So place the spring here, and this oil filter, it must be placed like this. This rubber gasket or the rubber cone should go towards the engine. But before doing that, you can fill this up with oil. I would recommend you to fill this up with at least some amount of oil. We'll just fix the drain bolt now. I think the oil is down, there is nothing left, so just hand tighten it how much ever is possible. Then tighten it with the 12 size wrench. Just hand tighten it, no need to put a lot of pressure. Clean the bolt, clean the drain hole with diesel or some silicone spray, then hand tighten it. So right now just take the oil filter and pour some oil into the oil filter. Once you fill the oil filter with the oil, place the gasket exactly like this according to the shape, and the cutouts which are shown here, it should be on the top side. So this will go towards the top side of the oil filter placement. So that's one sign. So just keep it here, keep your gasket here, and just fix it along with the gasket. The oil filter is placed, so the spring takes the action, and after that try to hand tighten the bolts, just to keep the gasket in place and it doesn't move anywhere. So just hand tighten it, not tighten it, don't tighten it fully, and again just like how you removed the bolts, right, tighten it in a diagonal shape. Now tighten fully. Once everything is at least tightened in such a way that it doesn't move. Then tighten it fully from all the side, and that too in a diagonal shape. Check all the bolts are tightened in a proper way. And now it's time to fill the oil to the engine. Now, since there is no need for the brake change or anything, because you can see the brake pads in very good health because the oil is in at the upper point, and even the front brakes don't need anything. All you have to do now is this much. Now, like I told, CBR250R needs 1.7 liters of oil. So once the one bottle is over, so right now you can see there is a little over the upper point. So this happens, but before doing anything, just put the cap, put the oil cap, hand tighten it, then start the engine. Start the engine, and you can see this will definitely lower it. See, it has gone down. That's because it needs circulation and everything. So now the oil is down. Just keep that for maybe 10 to 15 seconds. Because it needs lubrication and it has to go into all the places, right? So once that happens, you can see the oil level is rising little by little. It has come now to almost to the lower point. So once that's done, try to pour a little more engine oil right now. Now again hand tighten the oil cap. Switch on the engine and again wait for 10 to 15 seconds. Just let it idle and let the oil circulation be done inside the engine. Let the oil go to all the ports and everything. And after 10 to 15 seconds, kill the ignition. Now again the oil level rises. That's done. That's it. And make sure you check this gasket rubber as well. So a lot of times the service centers don't replace this rubber, they neglect this. But if this one has cracks in it, the seal what is required will be not tough enough. So this will lead to dust going inside, or whenever you're going in a water kind of a situation, right, the water tries to go in, and even the dust goes in. So make sure this rubber doesn't have any cracks, or the best solution to keep it far from cracks is just put a little amount of engine oil on this rubber as well before fixing it. Now right now it is already oiled up because there was oil around the brim, so it doesn't need any extra lubrication. So that will help to reduce the cracks and extend the life of that rubber gasket. Now tighten it properly. You can use anything, tighten it. Now again start it up and let it idle for 10 to 15 seconds. Just clean the engine oil which has dropped by me by accident. Filling up. Now let it idle for 10 to 15 seconds. Again, after filling it up and kill the ignition switch. Now the oil, whatever you have poured into, right, this should come till the upper point. You should not exceed this, but it should be exactly or a little below the upper point. Now you can see that it is exactly at the upper point or just a little below the upper point. That's the exact location. So that's it for now. This is all what you need to do a oil change in the 250R. All you need is a 5 mm Allen key, 8 mm T-spanner and a 12 mm wrench that I showed you a little while ago. That's all you need. And for chain lube and everything, if you want to know, this is all that I use for chain lube. And don't worry about him, he is my assistant. Cleaning, I use diesel to clean the chain, and for lubing I use this gear oil HP90. Use the 90 grade, that's the best one. It is not hard enough to pour and it is not soft enough to go through even little amount of rain. So use this oil. This is around I think 300 or something. Yeah, this is 320 rupees and it will last at least for 2 to 3 years, for lubing after cleaning the chain with the diesel or the kerosene. These are all the basic maintenance that I do whenever it is required for me. Now apart from this, I don't use anything that is out of ordinary, but for grease, I think you can get the Palco grease that is in red in color. That is the high temperature grease. And it doesn't even wipe off because of water or heavy rains or anything. I'll make sure I link everything in the description. If you want to buy all these things. Now of course the parts from the Honda you should buy from Honda, but the engine oil, the gear oil, the engine flush, the grease what I use, everything I'll link it in the description. So I don't think you guys need to know how to clean a chain and lube a chain. That's the basic. I made this video just to show that what oil I use and what is the type of maintenance I do in my bike even after almost 86,000 kilometers. So that's it for now. I will end this video. If you have any questions, you can comment down. I'll definitely answer it like I have been doing in all my videos. So again, I've been mentioning this is the oil, the servo gear HP90. You will get this in any Indian oil petrol pump. It's very easily available in every Indian oil petrol pump. So no need to worry about that. Then there is 500 ml of version of this, the same gear oil, but it is not readily available in every Indian oil. So the 1 liter is what is available. You will get it 100% sure. And that's it for now. I'll end this video and comment down if you have any doubts.